Greetings, friends, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me right now. So, my name is David Batterina, and I have an album out today. This is under my producer name of 32, XXXII. And the album's called AbSynth Samurai, and I wanted to give you just kind of a rundown of what it is, the story behind it, and a sampling of each track. I'll tell you a little bit about each one as you go through, and then links to grab this thing. It's out now on all the streaming platforms. So, Absent Samurai is a concept album. It is a story. I'm an author, and this is storytelling from start to finish. So when you listen to the tracks 1 through 10, you get the full story of this mythical, lore drenched Absinthe Samurai. Now, the idea for this album came from an actual short story idea that I had for a samurai that was after feudalism was all over, and he leaves Japan and travels the spice road and ends up in Paris during just that bohemian time period where everybody's swilling the green stuff down and tripping balls because of, I guess, wormwood poisoning. I don't know. So anyway, it was a cool story, and I still may end up writing this, but I ended up thinking, like, you know what, I this kind of got stuck in my head, and I just sort of wanted to flesh it out in song with music. I've been having a great time. My first album released last month called Undone, which is also available on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube Music. I have an official artist channel there as well, and so I'll give you links to all that stuff. So Absent Samurai ended up coming about as an album because I just thought, this is a different, fun way to do my storytelling. So without any further ado, let's get into some tracks. I'll tell you a little bit about them. You can sample the music, and hope you like something that you're hearing here. So here we go. Track 1, Enter the Samurai. All right, here we go. Let it go for a few seconds here. All right, so this track in particular, I'll be honest, was a super pain in the ass to put together. This was like the least enjoyable one on the entire album. And the reason was it was just a lot of arranging and a lot of editing and re-editing the stems. So when you generate music through AI, you'll often get some weird results. And there's some hissing, some background stuff, some strange things crossing over in the stems. And so I had to do a lot of editing because what I wanted for the first track was something that was very stripped down that just basically starts act one of this story. The first 4 tracks are act one. And this first one, Enter the Samurai, is this experience this guy has on the DJ floor when the samurai walks in, kills the DJ, takes over, and basically tells everybody, like, listen, you're going to get out there, you're going to dance, I'm on the records, and if you don't, I'm going to cut off your head. So it's sort of throwing down the samurai's grand entrance into this story, and it gets wild after that. So that's the story about Enter the Samurai. Again, this track was kind of a pain in the ass to put together, but I really like the way it turned out. I had to strip it down, strip out instruments. It's very bare bones because the focus has to be the lyrics and the story for this first one to get you into the rest of the tracks. So let's jump to the next one. Track 2, Mean as Hell.
Green Fairy Samurai, shake your thing now, funky ass samurai, laying the beat down, spinning the record, y'all better get down. Bend over, bitch, it's time for the breakdown.
All right, so there we have the Bend Over Bitch. It's time for the breakdown. So track 2, Mean as Hell, establishes sort of the baseline lore for the samurai in terms of this dude's not messing around. He's there. He's literally there just to put beats out and make you move. And if you don't, off with your head, right? And so this was actually the first song that I generated off the album, and I didn't intend to have an entire series and story at this point. But it fit perfectly as a second song, as just a lead into the rest of the first act on this. It's got that kind of, my fiance calls it that treadmill beat. So like right around that 105 beats per minute. So it just kind of moves along really nice. Great track. I absolutely love it. I love the way it turned out. Sounds great in a car. So I think people really enjoy that one, and we'll move on. Let's move on to track three, where we're going to establish some rules for dealing with the samurai. Track three, them's the rules.
Oh, AbSynth samurai, I'll cut you down if you don't comply. Keep on moving and use your brain. So the bass gonna hit you like a freight train.
All right, so at this point, you're getting a feel for the style on the album, which is very funk heavy. There's a lot of the electronic elements to everything, but I'm also throwing in piano. There's flute, there's drums, there's acoustic instruments overlaid. I grew up on funk. I grew up playing it and everything like that. As soon as I started playing instruments, because I just absolutely love it. I love the feel of it, the vibe of it. I have favorite bands like Tower of Power. Always love James Brown, stuff like that. So I really wanted to lean into something really fun with this, and so this one, them's the rules, establishes the rules. Rule one, you're done unless you're moving. So and you have to do that, because if you don't, and that samurai's at the DJ table, he's going to get out on the floor, and he's going to he's going to end you. He's going to cut you in half. So so there's that. Which leads us to the next song, which I'll explain just a hair here. So what I thought as a pivot would be really fun, now that we have the lore established and the rules established, is to take the samurai and have him as a guest at like a first grader's music class. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Let's get to the next song. Track 4, Sorry About Your Mom, Gerald.
Guess what, kids, do you like to dance? We have a special guest with some funny pants. He came all the way from Japan, you see, and he's here to play music for you and me. My green-eyed friend with a big straw hat loves to spin records, how about that? He wants you all to dance, so you best comply. He's really quite serious, the samurai guy. Welcome, Mr. Samurai, my DJ friend with the emerald eyes. You're playing some music that we all crave, so I'll dance too, and my kids will behave.
All right, so you get the idea for this one. Basically, this psychopathic balls-tripping samurai who's just like, in murderous rage on the dance floor, shows up at a kids class, and the teacher invites him in and is like, yeah, play music for the kids, which of course sets up the stakes. Like, if the kids don't dance, it's like he's going to finish the kids off too. So I went with electro swing, and I really wanted kind of a hilarious turn at the center of this album to finish off Act 1. So now that we have all these stakes established, I'm like, well, let's just have some fun and throw them in front of a bunch of kids and see what happens. Make the listener nervous a little bit. The parents eventually show up to the class. That's when it goes a little sideways. And that's why it's called Sorry About Your Mom, Gerald. Poor little Gerald. But anyway, that closes out the first act of the album, which brings us to the next act. So let's jump to the next song. Track number 5, Green Fairy Funk.
Get your soul out your body, go and set it all loose. Then pour another and go for a ride. Yeah, I'm gonna feel damn trippy inside.
All right, so Green Fairy Funk establishes that samurai imbibing the Green Fairy, which is what AbSynth is nicknamed, and I went with a kind of trippy sitar funk, like sitar dubstep funk. I love melding genres and putting all this kind of crazy stuff together and just making it awesome. And so this is one that I had a blast putting together. And I have a bonus track on the album of Green Fairy Funk, an alternate take, the Ronin remix, is what I call it. And because I had two that I just really, really loved and wanted to get them both down there. So you get to enjoy both at the same time. But this one fit within the first 10 tracks, just sonically fit better than the other one, but I absolutely loved the other one as well. and just work to master them both, to just have a great sound. So I'm sure people will enjoy that one. A little trippy, a little psychedelic funk, whatever it is, which brings us in Act 2 to the next one. So let's jump to that. Track number 6, Ain't No Chill.
That green-eyed brother got some shit to say to all you suckers getting in his way. Ain't no keeping him chill, ain't no keeping him kind. His beat drop's gonna liquefy your mind. That green-eyed brother got some shit to say to all you suckers getting in his way. Ain't no keeping him chill, ain't no keeping him kind. His beat drop's gonna liquefy your mind.
All right, so Ain't No Chill is now we start to move into Act 2, where the samurai is getting confronted by his gatekeepers, right? These are people in the music industry, these are people that are his doubters and everything else that want to put an end to everything that he's doing, because they are threatened by him being out there and forcing people to hear him. And this is straight from inside of me. Like, I wrote the lyrics to all of these songs, and I write from my heart. And one of the things I very much believe is that gatekeepers are the worst. So this is really my point of view bleeding through on the songs, because I don't believe in listening to that. And I don't believe in listening to people that say I'm supposed to do something a certain way, or story tell a certain way, or make something creatively a certain way. And so this particular track is where these executives come and basically decide to try and fight the samurai, or set a trap for him, essentially. And he accepts the offer that they put out, and then ends up just destroying everybody on the dance floor. So it's an epic song. There's great guitar solos in it. Really, really love the way this one turned out. And I think it's going to be one that people find to be a favorite. And that moves us into the next phase of, I guess, the back end of Act 2, which is coming up. So let's get to the next song, and the stakes get even higher for our AbSynth samurai. Track number 7, Temptation. All right, here we go.
Hours on the floor, samurai spinning, moving my feet to the badass rhythm, keeping my head, keeping my life, when a sharp-dressed man walked up to the mic. Hey!
All right, so Temptation is the take. One of my favorite stories is that Crossroads story, right? Robert Johnson at the Crossroads making a deal with the devil to play the music and all that kind of stuff. I loved the movie with Ralph Macchio, and I love that story. The devil went down to Georgia kind of story, and so this is the samurai's devil went down to Georgia moment, where he's sitting there and he's doing his thing and he's cutting people's heads off if they're not dancing, and the devil himself walks in and gives him an offer. And sure, it's metaphorical. The temptation of selling out is what this song is about. And as you'll see when you listen to the tracks and you listen to the lyrics, is that the samurai doesn't take the bait and instead issues a challenge in return. And his challenge in return is, tell you what, Mr. Devil, I'll get you in a battle. We'll play for keeps for everything, but we're going to do it in hell, and it's just going to be you and me. And so the devil accepts, and on we go with the story from there. This track turned out really, really well. Absolutely love it. The lyrics tell a great story. It's super fun. It's bouncy. So just a joy to listen to. And the story just kind of rolls on from there, sort of building this mythological lore of this samurai who just will not be stopped, won't take no for an answer, and just does everything his own way. And so, yeah, it's the independent spirit in song, I suppose, but with a, absinthe swilling samurai cutting the heads off of some kid's parent. I don't know. So we'll stop there and move on to the next one. One of my absolute favorite tracks, the way it turned out on this album. Track number 8, Ego Death, featuring A Light.
Fractal beats dropping, your mind's in tension, floating through space in the 5th dimension. Summon third eye, open it wide,
for this one, I brought back the my singer, my virtual vocalist from the first album, Undone, and her name is Light. And I worked really hard on curating that voice, and I really wanted something, a track that felt like the samurai was preparing, like he was going through this ceremonial preparation to go to hell and fight the devil himself. And so that's what this song really is. It's him just becoming just having the green fairy, so to speak, infused in him, so he is fully prepared to go throw down, and it is inevitable that he is going to win. So it's a great track. I have a video for this one up as well on my YouTube channel. Highly encourage you to check it out. The visuals are really cool in that one. And yeah, this one turned out great. Really love it. I think you will too. So let's move on. Track 9, Inevitable. All right, here we go.
I am the king. I wear the crown. Nobody beats me. Time to get down. I am the air. I am the storm. The sonic apocalypse here in waveform.
All right, Sonic Apocalypse here in waveform. So this song is all about that throwdown between the samurai and the devil. It is from the samurai's perspective, and it is called Inevitable for a reason, because he cannot be stopped. He will not be stopped. And this is really his anthem to kind of close out the story, so to speak. So again, a great one, great lyrics in it. I'm jumping into the middle of these tracks just to give you these little clips of them, that are good parts in there. And I mean, they're all good parts, obviously. So just to give you a taste of what you're going to hear as you go through and listen to the whole story, experience the whole story, kind of like a Sonic audiobook in a lot of ways. Track 10, the AbSynth outro. I'm not even going to play this one all loud. Just leave it in the background. This is just a quick, like, minute and a half to kind of close out the story, so to speak. The full runtime on the album is about 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 53 seconds. And so I really think you'll enjoy it. If you like good music, if you like great storytelling, if you like something that you can just kind of shake and move to, and some choruses that you can sing along to, AbSynth Samurai is 100% for you. I poured a lot of heart and soul into this, worked for hours and hours and hours on all of the edits and everything else, the mastering, just all of the tools at my disposal to create something that was super fun, that I want to and do listen to all the time. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy putting it together. If you can, please follow me on Spotify. I'm under XXXII. I'll leave links to all that stuff and whatever's down there somewhere. And also follow me on the YouTube channel. I've got videos for a bunch of these songs up, as well as videos from my first album, Undone, which I also think you would really like if you enjoy a Light's voice and that sort of trip hoppy, glitch hoppy sort of feel. Lots of fun to be had through this whole thing. And I've got a mountain of people to thank that I'll try and do in some kind of a comment below, because there's a lot of inspiring creators that are really incredible. And they've gone a long way for me in terms of pushing me along and finding something where I really feel like I found a new kind of creative voice that I'm having an absolute blast working with. So that's all for me for now. I hope you enjoy AbSynth Samurai. Again, links to it everywhere. I'll be posting it all over the place. And I just ask, please give it a listen. And if you enjoy any part of it, if there's a particular song you really like, let me know. Throw it down in a comment. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel. It's always good to have a couple extra followers and a couple of people engaging on there or on here. Let people know. This is just a different form of independent storytelling, and it's one that I'm really leaning into, and I feel like I'm blazing a trail for myself that I didn't expect, and that is difficult and to be honest, at times very lonely, because there's not a lot of people doing this sort of thing. So I'm still writing books. I'm still authoring all of that kind of stuff. I'm editing anthologies. I'm within these different communities and having a blast with the whole thing. But it is definitely something where I am all over the place. This is how my brain works, and I know that. So thank you for any and all support. I really greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the music, and I hope to see you soon. Oh, shoot. Sorry.
That
Hope
green
this is
eyed
used to
brother
the
got some
music.
shit
Take
to
care.
say to all you suckers getting in his way. Ain't no keeping him chill, ain't no keeping him kind. His beat drops